Hey Boo guys, welcome to another video from pacificstyle.com. We're doing another review today, and today will be about mascaras. So we're doing a second in our series of mascara reviews. We'll be reviewing 5 today. So anyway, to begin with, I'll be reviewing this one called One by One from Maybelline. This is what the wand looks like. So there we go. So it's sort of an oval shape. Well, not really, but elongated. Close to a rugby ball. So I think that's a description Islanders will know. So yeah, it's sort of in that shape, and then you've got a little bristles there, which I hope you can see. Anyway. Yeah, so what I've got is in black. I don't know if it's like black is black, but it's definitely in black. It's called Glam Black. This mascara for me, I'm still unsure about it. When I first used it, it was surprisingly, it gave me such a beautiful curl to my lashes that I've never experienced that before with any other mascara, and it just, I don't know, like it just curled my lashes up really nicely, but I somehow couldn't replicate that afterwards. So I'd love to know what I did that first time around. As for volume, the formula, it is thick. Okay, I don't know if you can see a bit of product at the end there. So it is thick, it's not a runny formula at all, and it does put on a decent volume in your lashes. However, if you see the ad, and I know like you shouldn't get, you know, sucked into those ads and infomercials and what they promise to do, but let's admit it, we do kind of want to believe that it happens that way. But anyway, in the commercials, well, the ones they show here anyway, the mascara is supposed to, like, why they called it One by One is it's supposed to bring out, you know, every one of your lashes, you know, and volumize them, and I think lengthen and whatever it's supposed to do. But it didn't do that for me. It didn't pick, like, in terms of, I was looking to get out of this mascara, like a mascara that would define like my individual lashes, you know, would coat every single one, so it shows that you have more lashes, you know. But I didn't get that effect with this. In fact, the lashes seem sort of like I had less or fewer lashes than I normally did. And I know that like there are other reviews out there on YouTube that have reviewed this, and some like really like it and said that, you know, it gives them a full lash line, and some gave it like really good reviews, but it just didn't work that way for me. It didn't give me as much volume as I get with the falsies range. I get more volume from that, and I get more of a fuller lash line than I do with this, and I really expected to get it with this because of that whole one by one thing. So it could have something to do with the wand, with the brushes, you know. I don't know if you can zoom in closer, the way the bristles are. Maybe it works for some people. It really didn't work for me. Like I prefer the more traditional mascara ones, or the ones of the falsies better than I did for this one. So if it works out for you, great, but it didn't do that much for me. So out of 10, I would probably rate this a 6 for me. There are other Maybelline lashes that do so much more for me than this one, but in terms of that curl, that elusive curl, it's definitely like an 8 or a 9. Pity is, you know, I haven't been able to replicate it since, but wish me luck on that. So we'll move on to the next one. I'll open it up to show you the wand. Okay, so it's almost like It's not those typical mascara ones that are sort of, how do you describe it? Like, you know, the bristles are sort of swirled around the wand. It's just got that other typical one where you've just got the wand there and the bristles sticking straight out. However, I don't know if the camera picks it up, but you've got sort of a row of bristles and then a gap in between and then another row. So, for example, if it was a cross section, it would probably be like an asterisk sort of thing. So that's how the bristles are arranged on this. I like this mascara. I definitely like it better than the 1x1 from Maybelline. But the only thing with this formula is, like, it is dried out a bit now because I've used it quite a bit. But when you start off, it is really wet, and I mean really wet, to the point where if you apply it, you really have to wait for it to dry. Especially if you're going to go and apply mascara on your bottom lashes, like if you're one of those people like me that apply mascara to the top first and then later to the bottom lashes. So you really have to wait for the top lashes to dry, because if your lashes touch your brow bone or the area behind them, they will leave a mark there because the formula is really wet, especially when in the beginning, like when you start using it for the first time. It's a really wet formula, but it's dried up quite a bit for me. But I like it. It gives me a good, decent length. Also gives me a nice lift to my lashes. It hasn't clumped on me yet, so I like it. In terms of, you know, that it gives you like a max volume or whatever, it's not going to give you that false lash look, you know. But it gives you decent volume, nice length, and a good lift. So it's not fantastic, but it's a good, decent mascara, and I quite like it. Definitely better than the 1x1 for me. And just the only the only con is that you have to kind of wait for the formula to dry because it can be quite wet. So that's Rimmel London Max Volume. Next one is another Maybelline mascara. Oh, sorry, and to rate the Rimmel one, I would actually call it a 7 out of 10. So that's how it is for me anyway. Everyone knows the green lid and the sort of baby pink bottle, and you've got that typical swirly mascara wand right there. Yeah, so okay, this. Now, if you read a lot of magazines, you know, Glamour and Cosmo, etc. I don't know which magazine it was or where I saw it, but and it's not the first time I've seen it. I've seen it several times where they advertise this and like how many is sold every second, you know, and that it's really popular. And even some magazines have done, you know, like the top products of their year or the favorite products, and I've seen that this one won some categories for like best mascara and everything. And so honestly, for me, like, I don't get it. Like, again, I don't know if I'm using it totally wrong, but this does nothing for me, you know. Like, I mean, compared to all the hype about it, like, I don't get it. It doesn't do anything for my lashes, and you know, I've got naturally thin lashes too. They got decent length, but like they're nothing fantastic. So I need help from mascara, and I don't know. It gives you, I mean, it adds color, it coats your eyelashes, like for me, but it's great for like a really natural look. Like if I were to want to do like a totally bare nude, no makeup look, nude as in the makeup, okay, if I wanted to do a look like that, then maybe I would use this, you know. Like if I just want to have slight color on my lashes but not look like I'm wearing mascara at all, then I would use this. But for what I use mascara for, which is to give me volume and a full even lash line, and you know, to make my eyes pop, this just, I don't know, it didn't do it for me at all. I can imagine that for people who have naturally full thick lashes, that this would be great for them, because it would just, you know, give it that little bit of color and I guess a little bit of lift to it, so it just slightly enhances your natural lashes. But for those of us that have like thin wispy lashes, I just don't see how this helps. I don't know, this doesn't work for me, so I wouldn't use it for that. That's why this has a 1 out of 10 for me. But like I said, hey, if it works for you, great, and let me know what it is that I'm doing wrong with it. So we'll move on to the next one, which is Astor, which is French cosmetics brand. I've done a review on their Volume Diva mascara in the first mascara review series. So this is their Big and Beautiful False Lash look. So I guess it's not what they say, but from the way the brush looks and then the packaging and everything, it's probably like their answer to the Maybelline Falsies mascara. So this would be Astor's version of it, I would say. I mean, that's not what the company says, but that's the impression I get. I'll show you the wand. So it's a really thick wand, okay? It's slightly curved. If I put it this way, I hope the camera picks up the curve in it. So it's a slight curve, but there we go. But it's a really thick brush, and you can see, if the camera picks it up, a lot of bristles on this brush. Yeah, the formula is thick. I personally would prefer it if they made the formula a little bit thicker, just slightly more towards the direction of the Falsies formula, but not quite that, because I can imagine it would get really clumpy very quickly. But yeah, it's they could make the formula a little bit thicker, but it's not that bad. Like, it actually helps that the formula is not so thick, so you can actually pack on the coats of color onto the eyelashes. But I love it. I love how there's so many bristles on it, you know, and it just coats the lashes really nicely. The shape is nice as well. I know some people can find the falsies from Maybelline a little bit too long, so it goes a bit past the eye line. But I think this is a nice smaller shape, and I just like the brushes. The brush itself, and it gives me, like, I'm able to get to the base and get a little bit of that curl because I'm able to push it up because the brush is so dense, and then the wand is solid as well. It's definitely my favorite from all of the ones I've discussed, and for me this gets an 8 out of 10. So that's the Big and Beautiful False Lash Look Volume Mascara from Astor. And the last mascara is, I'm sure you'd recognize it well, it's from Maybelline, the Define-A-Lash mascara, the bright green tube. And that's what the wand looks like. Yeah, it's those plastic wands, and this one is, I don't know, the camera picks it up, but it's very bendy, very flexible. I can imagine, again, like the Great Lash, if you have naturally thick lashes, this must be nice to give that added boost to your eyelashes, and you know, and that's it. But again, for what I'm looking for someone who has thin and fewer lashes, this does nothing for me. I remember, if I'm correct, it came out at the same time as one of CoverGirl's mascaras, Volume Exact or something, the purple tube. So this was at the time, I think, when the whole fad with all these plastic brushes were out for mascaras. So CoverGirl came out with that one, and then Maybelline came out with this one. And I much prefer the brush from CoverGirl in terms of if you want to avoid clumping and giving slight definition to your lashes. Definitely the CoverGirl one. Why this fails to measure up to that is because of that bendiness. It is a terrible idea. Like, if it works for you, then I'm very happy for you. But this brush has been like a hazard to me, because I swear I've like poked myself in the eye almost every time I've used this brush, which is why I don't use it anymore, and I just kind of saved it so I could do the review. And I mean, I do use it, I think, just for the defining the bottom of the eyes, because the bristles are so small and they get in there quite well, but still it's so bendy that if you're not careful, I don't know, like especially if you're doing several coats to the top eye, and sometimes if you push too hard, it just, I don't know how I've done it, but I have poked myself in the eye with this. So again, it's just like the Great Lash, it gets a 1 out of 10 for me. It does nothing. And this bendy brush, man, it's a health hazard. They should like have a warning or something on the tube, especially for very clumsy people like myself. So those are the 5 mascaras. I hope it's informative and letting you guys know how the lashes work. Well, how the mascaras work. Well, how they work for me, that is. And again, I have naturally thinner lashes, and they're not so long. They're just average lashes, so like I said, I often need mascara to boost it. What I actually have on today, which I hope you guys can see, is the 4th one, which is from Astor. The what's it called? Big Full something. The Big and Beautiful False Lash. So that's what I have on today, and like I said, it's my current favorite. So I've been wearing it for quite a while, and I like it a lot. Quite competitive with the Falsies one, which was my favorite for a long time. Anyway, that was it. Hope you enjoyed it, and look forward to more videos coming up your way, and there will be more reviews, written reviews coming up on the website, so check that out at pacificstyle.com. And until the next video, hope you guys have a great day, and love this.